Breaking news, man down, man Drews. So Ravens fans not going to like this one, but I think in the long run, they'll like this one. Reason being because Mark Andrews, Ravens tight end, Ravens all-pro, Pro Bowl, baller tight end, top 3 tight end. You could argue 2, something. Anyway, Mark Andrews, this is from Ian Rappaport, who has dealt with a quad injury for the last few weeks and is listed as questionable, is not likely to play versus the Texans, per me, Ian Rappaport, and Tom Pelissero. A bit of a surprise. I don't really think any Ravens fans are really surprised by this. Now, what I said earlier, now, of course, Ravens fans won't like that because Mark Andrews, that's the guy, that's the tight end. But three things that will make Ravens fans feel better about Mark Andrews being out. Number 1, Isaiah Likely. Number 2, Charlie Collar. And number 3, Vokalek, who's on the practice squad. So I would expect him to be called up tomorrow. And then, of course, they'll sprinkle in some Patrick Ricard as well. Now, with Mark Andrews, he has been out of practice for a while, but he did come back this week. He returned this past Wednesday. But with him returning, he was limited. But with Mark Andrews, something that we talked about earlier this week, on our main channel, on the Engraving Vids channel, is that with Mark Andrews, don't rush him. Do not rush him at all. If he's not 100%, if he's not 90%, if he's not even 85%, don't let him play. It's a long season. And I mean, with Patrick Mahomes, we saw what happened when he ain't have a number 1 tight end out there. It was ugly as people dropping passes and whatnot. But Ravens have prepared themselves for stuff like this. They prepared for stuff like this. They signed Odell, drafted Zay Flowers, still got Rashad, still got Devin Duvall, got all them tight ends. So they're prepared for stuff like this. It sucks that Mark Andrews is out, but nothing against the Texans because, hey, it's any given Sunday. But this is a game where, in my opinion, and again, we haven't seen them play a full game yet with all the starters, but this is a game, in my opinion, where you can afford for him to be out. You can do enough to cover that loss. You should be able to do enough to cover that loss. So, while Mark Andrews is out, it sucks. But at the same time, let him rest. Let him get ready for next week when you got to take on them Bengals. And again, not overlooking the Texans because Ravens obviously can't do that. You can't overlook anybody. But it's not the end of the world or the end of the season. Yeah, it's a big blow for the Ravens on offense, but they can withstand this blow by everything that they have on offense. And this may be the very first time we can say that.